Hello, Gemini. I'm Melanie Florence, and this is Hot Tea for the Soul. I'm doing a full moon reading for anybody who has a Gemini Sun, a full moon, or full moon, sun, moon, or rising. I have the full moon. Two of us talking at this time. So, been big energies in the air this week. Let's see what we've got going on for this full moon. I'm going to start with a few different cards from a few different decks, and then we're going to lead into the body of the reading and see what we've got going on within our beings for today, this month. All right, Gemini, what have we got? Ooh, the Destroyer. All right, to create, you have to destroy. All right, there's been some big movement and energies in your life, Gemini. So this could be that you are destroying things. There is a bit of a wild beast inside of that card, and you can see the star inside of that. So there's a bit of wish fulfillment. Sometimes you need to destroy things to make them better. Sometimes, and the unseen. All right, so maybe you look into the exoteric world. Maybe there's some connections that you like. Maybe there is some unseen energies that you are very well aware about. This deck has a lot of eyes in it. Okay, so we're going to start with the Destroyer and the Unseen. Ooh, interesting, Gemini. Where's that going to go? All right, let's take a card from here. All right, let's take all the cards from there. Let's give it a go. What have we got going on for Gemini? What have we got going on with this Destroyer and the Unseen? Because it's going to get bigger for sure. I'll take that one. The Blue Flame, spontaneous away. All right, these are big energies, Gemini. You're going through a big awakening. This is an activation. It's an integration time. So if you're being hummed to laid up, there are things that are going to be unbound. So we're going through Destroy. So it's really an ascension level. All right, to go anywhere, to attain anything, you must level up. You must actually. All right, so we're talking about the Destroyer and the Unseen, but a real awakening to those things. Maybe you've been actively destroying things in your life. Maybe you do that. All right, but remembering to do a drawing, just to do a simple drawing, we destroy a sheet of paper. All right, so that's what we look to create, we destroy, but there's something, maybe you've gone through reckonings in your life. Maybe you actually have done all of that. Maybe you've connected to the unseen, and that's the whole thing. Maybe that is actually, you've let go of the pretense of the physical realm. Is what we're looking in here, and this awakening inside. So you might be going through these activations that really are separating you from the physical plane and the physical what's going on, and we're really looking at it on a spiritual level. Ooh, let's take one out of here. Let's take one out of here. Oh, home. Home is where the heart is, and look at that. So home is a real, like, where do you go when you feel home? Are you at home in your heart when you travel? Is it where you lay your hat? Right, so we find that spot. We find that spot of home. We find that contentment inside of our space and our being. So this could be about your legacy. This can be about what you want in the physical world, but this is really about finding that space inside of your heart that looks after your environment around you, finding that space that actually makes you feel comfortable, and finding that heart space. So you might not actually live in the place at this point that actually is your heart space. So there's the other side of that. Maybe there's something bigger, and this awakening, this destroying, has actually made you find that heart space of what a home really is, and what that really what the meaning of that really is. Okay. All right, 3 cards for your spiritual being. For your spiritual being, the sun is shining. This is fantastic. This is all gold, sunshine. This is wish fulfillment at its greatest. This is actually bringing, like, making your heart. This is actually feeling that home. This is the strength of your being. This is the strength of your spirit. Very Leo sort of card there, Gemini. So the sun is shining on your endeavors. You feel that you are bathed in the warmth of the connection of that universal whole, that universal love. But you have been tested. You've been tested by your worst traits. You're being tested by your worst traits, all right? So you be tested by your foibles is what this dude's all about. But it's also about, what is your foundation? Do you have a strong foundation? What have you built? What do you have to build your staircase on? If you haven't built the foundation, the first foundation, step down, and you haven't pat that down, how do you step to the next one? How do you step to the next one? This is really about laying good foundations, taking the time. You might be tempted by things that are quick reward, that aren't necessarily going to, so you're going to let somebody give you a rock. All right. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this queen is very sure. She's very stable. She's very strong. She knows exactly what she's looking for. She is, really good at looking after her material stability. She has those foundations. She has those strengths. So you might find that this person might be putting you through those tests, being the devil's advocate perhaps, but there's an abundance inside of here. This is very interesting. So this Queen of Pentacles, is a person of strength and grounding inside of there, but we're talking in the spiritual realm. So it could be you. Maybe inside of this, you feel of this and you've been all these tests, but you've actually, spent your time going, no, I want to be fertile and abundant and strong and loving inside of the material realm. Let's see, it'll all come through together. Destroying old things. So really connecting. There's a real strength inside of that though. This could be Capricorn, and this can be Capricorn. Those energies inside of there. All right, so we've got Leo, Capricorn sitting there. What else do we have? What do we got going on in your mental being? The intellectual being, like our meditative being. Ooh. You feel alone. You feel like you're left outside alone. And this is on a physical level. You feel like maybe you are not connected to them. Maybe you're not connected to the world around you. Right, but something's made you feel like you're left outside alone. This can be about endurance, that you need to endure the circumstance that you're in. This card always, she has the potential to get up and go through that doorway. There's ways to unlock your situation inside of this. But there's a feeling abandoned inside of that. I'm feeling abandoned and lonely. And you're going through a phase of the hangman, right? The hanged person. So you can leave this position at any time. This is the hangman is really about our perceptions. It gives us a moment to actually look back at our world and look at how it all clicked together, and looked at how we got to where we are, and we get to see it without all the emotional connections. We can see it and look at how we got to where we are without feeling sorrow about it or feeling the joy. We just literally get to look at our life and see how it all connects together to how to get we go, what we're doing this transition. Right, so you perhaps feeling this position of endurance that you have to just endure on the physical world by yourself, but there is a moment of reflection inside of this that you really need to take is what you've got. So maybe being able to reflect on the world around you, like and see what that perception is, Gemini. All right, because it's deeper. And then you're told to rest. And this is the card. This is an air card. So this is like rest your mind. Rest your worries. Take time to actually meditate. Time to actually spiritually connect to that unseen, to this connection of home and heart. Right? Because you're going through an awakening and you may feel like you've been going it through yourself. You have been tested inside of here. All right, but we've really got this nice meditative spot. So as much as you're hanging and it feels like you're abandoned or you have to endure the circumstance, you're able to rest your mind. You're not worried about it. We're still using our skills. Still using our labour. There's an apprentice master where you pass on your skills inside of this sort of thing. It's really bringing heaven to earth because you really can. So you might be just working hard, not having to think about it too much. All right, so you might feel like you're abandoned, but you can rest your mind for the moment in where you're at, right? Even though you feel abandoned. And you're able to look at it from a new perspective. All right. This one. All right. What have we got for your emotional being? Okay. Being a hermit. Very Virgo energy. You might feel that you're pulling back. You might feel that you pull back for a moment, that you're having to spend this time by yourself. This that you feel you're abandoned. This is emotionally that you're actually taking time. And when we are the hermit, we take the light within inside. We take and we learn. We go through this spiritual awakening. This is so. Your emotional being knows that you've been going on this quest for a spiritual awakening. You've destroyed part of it. You got rid of things. You got rid of things that were not real, right? And so you were looking for this real home. You're looking for the sun to shine. And at the moment, like with this pull back over here, your mental being knows that. You sort of physically, your emotional being is taking time to recede, to actually learn what that light inside is. But you will have to take it on. This is a chariot. This is really imply taking your potential energy and take on the world and take those two horses, those two sphinx, and just run with it, right? Take that really Cancer energy. Perhaps I got Virgo and Cancer energy sitting inside of there. But you might be spending time alone, but you really want to take charge in the world. All right, so what else? So you might even think that you need to learn lessons, but you're also like, I really want to take charge of this situation. I've got that eight pentacles again. So emotionally you're connected to your work, mentally you're connected to your work, and that's sort of all rolling over. It's a manifestation. It's a mastery situation. It's a manifestation. 8 is always bringing heaven to earth, and this actually says you can physically bring heaven to earth. And so there's something maybe inside of here that you want to actually charge out, like you've been a hermit for a while emotionally, and that it's time to take charge. And again, it's sort of this 8 is about manifesting in the material plane. So it could be that you're like, I can manifest my love in the material plane. I can manifest my rest in the material plane. Maybe, but really there's sort of a real flow of work inside of here. Is inside of here doing the thing. But it's still massive big learning curve. There's a massive big walking curve inside of this. All right, so what else have we got for Gemini? So what have we got for the temporal being? We got the sun. The sun is shining. The sun is shining is on your endeavors. This is big. You are part of what is part of the universal whole. You are connecting with, and you can see both hands are stretched out. Both arms are stretched out. That you're seeing the sun, that you're bathed in this energy. You're bathed in this energy of fulfillment. This is wish fulfillment, and it fulfills every part of your fiber of your being. Like it warms your heart, it warms your soul. All right, and you're going to talk about it. All right, you're going to tell everybody out loud. All right, I've got a new side talking, a new truth. You know, and you're going to tell everybody that the sun shines. The sun shines in my life. Like I have a new awakening. Like I have a new heart to things. I've been able to see things a bit differently. At the moment, you might feel abandoned, but all right. And you're going to talk about your loss. I know this sounds really weird because we've just gone through this whole thing of just sort of saying, you know, we've destroyed stuff and blah, blah, blah. Grief is a process, but you've come out of it the other side. So when we talk about mourning, it's about letting go of things that are not right now. These are letting go of the things from the past. And so you're able to say, I let go of all my emotional pains from the past. The sun has shined, the things have changed. I've been tested. I've been tested by that. I've been tested by my strengths. And I believe. I stand in the sun and I believe. I hold my hands out and I believe. I believe in the whole thing. I believe that the universe has bathed me in the universal whole. And I'm able to communicate that. I'm able to communicate my emotional being and my emotional losses. But I know that the sun is shining on my endeavors. I work hard for them to shine on my endeavors. I don't sit back for that. All right, Gemini, what else have we got for you? What else have we got for you? Over here. Got a new fairy deck. Got a new fairy deck. What have we got as a general overall for this full moon for Gemini? Oh, those two, apparently. Oh, 3. You have a new project, a new material endeavor going on. Look at that little rabbit. So something maybe physically, maybe you change the environment, maybe all those sort of stuff. New job, new investment, some sort of windfall maybe coming through with the Ace of Pentacles. And then I have the Knight of Fire. So this is a real sort of passion sort of card. This guy isn't settled for things. He doesn't settle down. Like, he's a very passionate guy. He's looking for the stuff that really make his fire. The reason he doesn't settle down is because he's a spirited being. He is not the king. He is a knight, and he's out to get different things. But then we have the King of Hearts. Look at him sitting there. So we've got a new change going on. So we've got a new change going on with this, something physical going on. We've got this spirited knight that's going to be really driving this King of Hearts, right? Yeah, this King of Hearts, the king that really can express himself, can really get emotions. So that knight might actually buy himself into something, because that does progress just there. All right, just another few cards. What else have we got? Let's give me a couple of these. What else have I got for Gemini for this full moon? You've really stepped into the unknown. You really are looking for love, and the sun is shining on your endeavors. They're telling you to let go of all past hurts. It's like you really have put yourself in. You might feel abandoned, no, but it's time because you took time to get to know yourself. All right. What else have we got? It's time for music. Get some music in your life. Pump up the stereo. We've got effortless. All right, go with the flow. This sort of is. It's very Tao, to go with the flow of the river. All right, to sort of go like the uncarved block of wood to go down the river. That Taoism thing. Least path of resistance, but it's effortless. And one more. What else have we got? is childhood. These sun cards often link to childhood, actually childhood fulfillment, being able to bear that and actually be able to, so reconnecting with the innocence. Maybe it's time to actually dance and love and laugh and reconnect to the innocent, the effortless innocence in the universe, right? You don't have to make so much effort for it to actually come out and be fun, right? Because I can feel that you want to have fun. You've been through some testy stuff, and there's a little bit of letting go. There's a little bit of letting go inside of these cards just here, but you're able to express that in so many ways. This is such a fertile, you've destroyed things, but then you've also made a home within yourself. This blue light comes into yourself. So it is a great spot for you to be. There's a lot of heart inside of this. Your heart has changed. We've got this king and queen of hearts on the table. I hope, Gemini, that resonates with you. If you are after a personal reading, I do them. Hit me up. And I hope that you are safe and well wherever you are, Gemini. Thank you for being here. I'll catch you on the flip side.